No way, guys. Are we shitting? The idiot cops actually showed up here. Look at the shit-eating grin on this guy's face. He thinks they're gonna get rid of me or something. Yeah, he's thinking they're gonna get rid of me. They're not. It's really hard to tell what that says. I'm all right.
So, I really appreciate it if you don't record what's going on inside our freezer on the screen specifically.
You're supposed to shut them. You're supposed to shut them. You guys pull up to a 911 call, and let's say you leave the computer open, and the woman inside called 911, but the guy is outside. He can walk up and read your computer and get all the information he wants off that computer, including her name, phone number, you know, other people that she knows phone numbers.
Shut off now in there?
I don't know. She just turned it the other way. I'll check and see. Why don't you check and see? Make sure you close it all the time. I want to what? Bait you into something. No, close it. What I say did that not make sense to you?
It makes sense, but again, I'm saying I don't know if you could see. I don't know what the circumstances.
Oh yeah, I can see.
Okay, perfect.
I can see anything written on the screen. Well, next time close it. Cover it. She was a nice enough lady. You know, she called the cops. She wasn't sure what we were doing, and there were 3 of us. She was pregnant and, you know, very, I don't know, hormonal, I guess would be a really good way to put it. And she called the cops, and I looked at the screen. I looked at the screen that had all her information on it. This guy's like, you know, I told him not to follow me around and didn't film me, but I was actually, you know. Oh, well, where did he follow you, sir? Well, I went out there to follow him, and yeah, so it's kind of my fault. You don't own a name and badge number, sir? Are you like mute, stupid, dumb, whatever you want to call it? What's your name and badge number? Yeah, big dummy, I guess. The guy they hired that will just follow orders and not say anything, especially when you're supposed to say something. Yeah, I told him I didn't want it filming. It's upsetting the customers. This guy's like, you know, there's like a million ways to do shrimp. You know, this guy's got thousands of recipes for shrimp, I'd be willing to bet. Shrimp gumbo, barbecue shrimp.
So you're free to record all you want.
I know that.
Okay, can I talk for 2 seconds? But because this is McDonald's property, right? They're representative of the property because they have a restaurant here. They've asked that you not record on their property until the end of the berm, and the sidewalk is yours. You can go and do whatever you do.
Their property. No, unless they own this lot?
I don't know, but they are representative of the property.
No, they're not.
And they're asking you.
They're not. They're a tenant of the property.
Sir, so they are asking you to leave.
Hold on.
As representative.
Before you. No, listen. Don't be stupid. What's your name and badge number?
My badge number is 2632. My name is PC Ahmed.
And you?
Right, you're on private property. We're asking
you. Yeah, your name and badge number. Gallinaro. It's the mall. It's the mall. They're a tenant. So let's say there was a Burger King in here.
Okay, let's say.
No, listen. Let's say there was a Burger King in here and they did not like people in the Burger King parking lot. Do you think that they could trespass people from the property?
Right now, if you can just please comply, right? You can walk to the sidewalk, record all you.
Where was I when you pulled up?
You were on the berm. You weren't on the sidewalk.
No, that's not theirs. That's not theirs either. No fucking way. You guys, you're completely mistaken.
Property and anything beyond the sidewalk, you can go ahead.
You have no idea about public easement, do you?
You're free to record on the sidewalk and beyond. Just not.
What, are you going to arrest me if I don't go?
If you fail to comply with a request to not be on this private property, then
by a tenant or by an agent of the property. They're not a representative. They're a tenant of the property.
Being a representative of the property, they're asking you to leave their property.
I want an incident number because now you're gonna get in shit.
You can get no problem. I will give you an incident number right now.
Yeah. And they're a representative. They're a tenant. They're not an agent of the property.
They're the representative of the property.
Nope, wrong.
Right,
so if there was a Burger King on the other side.
Sir, the incident number to this,
sir,
25274195.
You're wrong.
You are free to do what you want on the sidewalk.
You're even frothing at the mouth.
Thank you.
Are you going to arrest me?
If you fail to comply with what we are asking you to do and leave this property, yes, we will arrest you.
You will, eh?
We
Good.
will.
And,
Yeah.
and I got the incident number.
Yeah, you have
So you're wrong. What they are is they're a tenant of the property, not an agent of the property.
Okay,
Do you know
so
that
the
they can?
representative of the property
And they
are
ask
asking
you.
to
They ask you to for me to leave.
Yeah, they asked me to.
Oh,
they
good.
asked
So
me
that's a good lawsuit for McDonald's then.
Okay,
And you're
that's
and to be
fine.
clear, you're going to arrest me if I don't leave this private property.
We are asking you to leave. We have asked you to leave.
No,
now.
you're telling me to leave under threat of
Yes,
arrest.
Under Trespass to Property Act, right? We are
They're not allowed.
being asked to leave
They're
the
not-
property. If you fail to leave the property when directed,
By an
right?
agent of the property. They're not an agent.
Sir, are you going to leave?
They're not an agent. They're a tenant of the
Are you going
property.
to leave?
I'm gonna leave.
Okay,
You
we
threatened
appreciate
to
it. I
arrest me.
appreciate it.
So you're.
I'm letting you know what the law.
I'm letting
Okay,
you
if
know
you
what the
have any
law
concerns,
is.
you can go do what
You
wish to
don't
do.
know what the law is. They're not an agent of the property. They are a tenant. So if there was a Burger King or a Wendy's on the other side, do you think that they could run me off because I went to Wendy's instead of McDonald's? That's where you're wrong about
So
this.
I'm asking you, right?
No, you're telling.
Yeah, I'm telling you to leave the property. I am telling you on behalf of the property because as the representative of the property, they don't want you.
No,
on the
they're an
property
agent of the.
recording
They're
it.
not an agent of the property.
Like,
What
I
is
don't know
this
what
walking up to me for? Get away from me, dude.
Okay, so are you going to leave the property?
Well, under threat of arrest?
Under the
threat of
that
arrest.
If you fail to leave when directed, you will be arrested under trespass to
Good.
property. Act.
And stay back, asshole.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
So you have to leave the property, sir.
I'm going to be standing right under this tree.
Yeah, so this tree is part of their line.
No, it
They're
isn't.
free to stand on the sidewalk.
Nope. The tree is not part of their line.
Yeah, so that anything on the sidewalk, they're free to go on the
Oh, you
sidewalk.
think they own this, eh?
I think that
You think they own this?
This is their property.
No, it isn't. It is not.
So are you going to go onto the sidewalk?
You're going to arrest me if I don't move from here.
If you go onto the public property, no problem. Right? We ask that you go on the public property and record
This
it.
is public property.
Yeah, public property over there, please.
Do you know they put lampposts on public property and the guidelines for lampposts on public property?
They do it. They do on public property and they do on private property.
No, they
So
don't.
If I can ask you, please go on the public property. Please.
I am. I'm on the public property.
I appreciate your cooperation.
I'm on the
If you can
public
go on-
property.
Go on if you go onto the sidewalk, no problem. You're on private property.
You-
from my
oh, you're
understanding.
nitpicking now, eh?
From my
Look
understanding,
at
you're
this.
on private property. Okay? If you can please go onto the sidewalk.
How do you get to this? Look it up first. You want to see it? You want to see the map?
I don't
Offline
care.
maps?
I don't care. You can go onto the sidewalk.
It's called a GIS survey, dude.
It's private property.
No, it
You
isn't.
can go onto that. You can go.
So you're telling me nobody can come off this sidewalk? Look where I am. I'm past this. You know what? I'm
No,
gonna stand
people
right
can't.
here.
You can't.
Oh, I can't.
No, they're requesting you to leave their property. They said their property. I request you to go onto the sidewalk. It's public property. Record as you wish.
I'm on public property. Look.
We're standing on their end of the sidewalk still, right? You
Nope.
can go on that side. Everything on the.
Nope, this is public property.
I
You know this is public property, so do I.
don't know this, brother. I believe this is.
So you're not even gonna look. I would look.
No,
I would
I'm
call
not
your
looking,
boss.
Sir, I request that you stand onto the sidewalk.
Get a sergeant.
Public.
Get a sergeant out here.
We'll get a
You're wrong.
sergeant, But if you can go onto the sidewalk, we'll be
Nope,
appreciate
I'll
it.
get a sergeant out here. I am on the public sidewalk.
I'm gonna let you know right now.
I'm on the public right of way.
That is the sidewalk, right? And it's public all the way through. You can.
And it's public right to here. They don't put lamp poles, power lines on private property. Do you know why? Because then they could trespass the power people. Bell. They could trespass Rogers. Huh?
They don't want to trespass. Bell.
Oh, if one of them said something they didn't like, they would. Or held a camera.
If they needed to, then they would. But if they don't need to right now, they don't need to.
Get a sergeant out here. I'm not moving any further than
Not
this.
moving any further? Okay.
Get a sergeant. Quit being a fucking tyrant. And this asshole really bothers the shit out of me. Mr. Bubba down here. You're gonna nitpick about a foot, and it's not on their property. They don't put telephone poles on their property. Ask.
I'm letting you know right now.
You're letting me know what?
Exactly.
Do as I say, not what's lawful? No. You know what, dude? You're wrong.
What I say. I'm telling you what I know. I know.
No, you don't know. How old are you, dude?
Yelling at me.
Because you fucking started it, dude. You're the one that goes, sir!
Yeah, because
Fuck
you're not
off.
listening. You're not listening.
Yeah, neither are you.
I am listening.
You don't know what public property is. This is not their property. This is
what is it
property
you want
of the mall.
So what is it that you want to do? Like I don't understand.
I want you to realize that I'm already on public property. Anything past these, they don't put them on private property.
Okay, so all
They
I
don't.
ask is you stand onto the sidewalk and you're free to record, okay?
I'm gonna record anyways, and I'm gonna stand right fucking here. There's the sidewalk. Here's my feet. If he's gonna arrest me, this will be the York Regional Police. Fucked. And you'll never live this one down, dude. Get a sergeant out here. He'll know better. Use a map. So let's say there was a Wendy's in here, guys. Then they could just trespass. They could stand in the Wendy's drive-thru and trespass anybody that went through Wendy's. You know? Anybody who refused to buy McDonald's, they could trespass if that were the case. That's why an agent of the property needs to do it. And in Canada, if they're doing it because you're filming, there's a complete lawsuit for the agent in question, which McDonald's is a tenant. I'm not sure if they own the private property, but what if I'm taking pictures for the mall, huh? What if the mall hired me?
Are you taking pictures for the mall?
Do you know that? Did you even ask?
So, did you tell
So why don't you call the mall and say there's a guy taking pictures
Sir,
and
back on this property. We had this conversation. I asked that you go back onto public property.
back onto it, so I was on it.
No, back onto you weren't on it. You're in the sidewalk in public property. Go there.
I'm free to stand where I was standing too. You're a fucking tyrant, dude. You're a child. You need to learn a little more. And stop trying to comb your hair over that bald spot on the top of your head. It doesn't look good, dude. It looks like hell. Here, let's get a good picture of it. No, he's not going to show it now? Good job, man. Fucking twat. You're never going to live this down. You and your fat partner here. Bubba, how many ways do you know to cook shrimp? You look about as smart, man. You ain't very smart. No. Yeah? You mumbling little prick. Oh, and just so you guys are aware, when I'm done here, I'm going to the police station and I'm gonna fly a drone so I can check out the backyard too. I'll be there in a few minutes. Just so you guys are aware. You can wait for me there or do what you want. Cops ain't very smart, guys. Nobody ever fucking gave him that. He's done the gnarliest comb over. So guys, from where I'm standing, it shows that the private property, even for the mall, starts at, oh, I just moved quite a bit, so, but it was said 8.8 feet. Yeah, and fucking genius here. Good job parking, man. Holy smokes. That's a sergeant. So sergeant, you saw where I was standing. That is public property. I have a GIS, it's called it's a survey map on my phone. Their property ends where their signs begin, and it's not McDonald's property, it's the mall. So the mall, McDonald's can't ask somebody to leave this property in case I'm taking pictures for the mall, food mart, somewhere else. You would have to phone the mall, and I probably bet you the mall wouldn't do it because I'm filming. Because they would have to put a sign up saying shut your dash cams off and stuff. It turns into a huge lawsuit for the shopping center and McDonald's because now they're trying to violate my rights, as is Ahmed here. I'm up where I was.
Continue up there.
Oh, right where I was standing. I'm perfectly fine. He just wanted to exert some authority he did not have and try to force me another step further. At one point I was, but you know what? He threatened to arrest me down here because McDonald's said so. It's not the way that works. They're not an agent of the property, they're a tenant. And the example I used for Ahmed was if there was a Wendy's, which there's many of them, you know, like a Wendy's and a McDonald's in the same parking lot, McDonald's people could go to the gate, watch people go to Wendy's and say, now you're trespassed, you can't ever come back again, just to get the business. And Ahmed here would probably come and enforce that because he thinks that McDonald's is an agent of this property. I can go into Food Mart. I can't go into McDonald's. And I showed him the map that shows they own a little strip right around. They don't even own these flowers. Would you care to see the map?
Okay, for now.
Oh, here, I'll just show it to you real quick. So that's the mall parking lot. That's where McDonald's owns that pink strip right around it. So okay. If you look.
And what is this from?
41 feet.
What's that?
41 feet that way is where they start owning the property. And they can't kick people off of anything else. This, I can't park here because the mall has allotted the parking spots for them. You know, I can't read Chinese, but some of them are in English. It says immediate McDonald's parking only, and they have
off the property and you're filming.
I was up there, and I'm still going to stay up there because he threatened me. So let's say, hey, if I want to go to Food Mart, are you going to try and arrest me?
Oh God, that's on that side.
See, that just sunk him right there. He says it's on that side. You can't trespass me from this area because if I was coming from over there and walking through here to get to Food Mart,
You can walk on the public sidewalk.
I can walk straight through the parking lot too, Amit. You're really wrong. You look young, but you act stupid, man. Like, you act like you've been around too long and you're getting too comfortable with telling people what to do when you have no right to tell people what to do. Like this guy here. Doesn't like IDing when you're supposed to ID. Just dumb as a stump. Take up 2 parking spots. Park in front of 3. You're not very smart. Are you like a community cop? One of the ones they don't give a gun to? Well, they did. I hope they didn't give you bullets with that thing. You're one of those idiots that kills people. Yeah. What a smart guy. Well, Amit's getting a lesson in private and publicly accessible mall property. Good for him. He should take a lesson on how to comb his hair over a little better. Or just shave it. Excuse me, Sergeant. If I just say something, I understand that McDonald's, this guy's really something else. I can understand McDonald's doesn't want me in their store. This is not McDonald's store, so I won't go in there. Other than that, I'd say we just drop it right there. If he doesn't even know, I asked him, do you know if I'm taking pictures for somebody in this mall? You know what I mean? That sort of stuff you guys got to think about before you start just winging people off the property at somebody else's request. You have to understand who owns the property, who the agents are. You would actually have to speak to somebody who owned the mall or a security guard that had control of the mall, not a tenant. That's it. I'm not going in their store. I have no need to. This guy's kind of creepy, man. He doesn't say his name and badge number. What is your name? Your Manuel and your badge number, sorry?
1554.
1554.
Yeah.
I understand that. I'm allowed to come through this place to go to the other stores, but I will stay away from McDonald's. Okay. That was 100% no problem with me. It's getting hot as hell out here, and I'm really, really thirsty.
See, right now you'd want to go in for an ice cream.
Not really. I don't like McDonald's very much.
So if you are going to continue to film, I understand you're stationary and you're on public property.
Well, I'm going to be back up there. It's a nicer shot anyways. But I was a couple feet forward, so the shade, I was just underneath that tree there, which is still public property. Oh, absolutely, man.
Not blocking the sidewalk for pedestrians or strollers.
Never, ever, ever.
Okay.
You know what? I never do that. I don't block. I don't try to scare people, and I try not to poke them. You know, I don't approach vehicles as they're going through the drive-through. I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for a long time. I think he does know who I am and what I do. I film in public and publicly accessible areas, which that's the gray area. The area that a lot of people don't know about is publicly accessible. And it turns into a human rights lawsuit if somebody's going to say, I need him out of here because of his camera. Because there's dash cams on like any Tesla that goes through here has 9 cameras. It films the guy at the window and everything. Now, I know they may be uncomfortable about it when I hold it, but that's not the case. In Canada, if you own a company such as this, like a corporation with a mall, it's a whole different ball of wax than private property at somebody's house. If I went into somebody's driveway and took pictures, just in their driveway, and started taking pictures, they could tell me to get the hell off their driveway, no problem, hands down. They're the single owner of that home. When you start a business in Canada, the first thing they ask you is a box you have to check off, and it's for your rights. It's how you apply people's rights on the property, is this business open to the public? And if you check yes, you gotta be really careful about how you use the Trespass to Property Act. That's why it states anybody who is not acting under a right, free press, freedom of expression, which includes the free press. So anybody who is not acting under a right or authority conferred by law and who fails to leave the property when directed and, does something that's prohibited by a sign, they can't do that because I'm exercising a right. I'm working on a story about McDonald's and how McDonald's reacts to people using their rights. That's it. I won't go in their store. I'm not going to bug their guests, and I sure as hell, where I was standing off the sidewalk, that's why I called for you. This man wanted me to take one step back. I'm not doing that because since I've been here, there's been a couple of motor scooters coming. People use these sidewalks pretty good. Some guy almost hit me on an electric bike.
This is a busy area. So as long as you're not impeding anything, you're not interfering with this.
And I didn't even want to get too close to their window because this is a busy parking lot too. And I'm not hanging out in the parking lot. And I'm just going to do my thing, man. So I'm no longer trespassing the property from McDonald's, correct? McDonald's asked for me not to be there. Is that what happened, Amit?
Yeah, McDonald's asked that you don't be on there.
Well, I won't go into McDonald's. I don't care about the other. It's not their parking lot. I won't park my car here, but if I have to walk through, I will walk through. That's it. That's all. Yeah.
All right.
What a bunch of weenies.
Cameras out, and instantly people lose their minds. Guys filming a McDonald's drive-thru? No interference, no crime. Employees rush out claiming you need permission. That's false. If it's visible from public space, you can record it. Period. Then police show up and get it wrong. They try to say McDonald's can trespass him from the whole property. No. A tenant controls their store, not the entire plaza or sidewalk. That's the key legal line. The auditor pushes back. Am I being detained? Are you going to arrest me? Now it gets real, because a bad trespass equals a lawsuit. Supervisor arrives, and suddenly everything changes. No arrest, no charges. Just stay on the sidewalk. That's the walk back. End of the day, no crime. Bad legal understanding. And authority disappears the second someone knows their rights. Always record.
There's no need to record me. There's no need to record me. Did you already just said to you?
Yeah,
There's
but
no
I
need to
can't.
record me, so we can turn it off.
But I can. I'm allowed.
Okay, I don't need to turn it on. I don't need a camera in my face. Turn it off.
Okay.
I don't need a camera in my face. Please turn it off.
Are you here to ask me to leave?
You're gonna have to leave. Yes.
Okay. And this is under threat of arrest?
We can talk about things outside. You're in a meeting you're not supposed to be at right now. There's documentation given to you from the town here.
Okay, I'll need your name and
Let's
badge
go
number.
outside and talk about this.
Okay, name and badge number, please.
Go outside and talk about this.
Okay, well, this is going to be a lengthy complaint.
You can call my staff sergeant. You know his name by this point, so you can complain about it.
Okay, well, under Canadian law, you can't kick me out of a public meeting unless I've committed a crime.
They don't want you at the meeting. There's
It doesn't
documentation
matter if
from
they
the
don't
town
want
to
me.
say you're not
It
wanted
doesn't
there.
matter if they want me or not. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You show me the law that
Tim,
says if you don't want
You're gonna
somebody.
cut me off the entire time?
Well, there's no law. You're not
You're
acting on any
obstructing the
law.
lawful from use of the property or the meeting where they can't have a meeting. It's mischief. You can't do that. If
They were
can-
having the meeting.
They can have the meeting, and you're obstructing the meeting from happening, which it can't happen apparently. It's mischief.
No, I have the whole thing recorded. The meeting was happening. Why couldn't the meeting happen?
Because you're not supposed to be there, and if you're there, they can't have. The
Why
meeting
am I not
proceed.
supposed to be
They
there?
have documentation below here that you're not supposed to be there.
You have to have a reason for that.
Whatever the
What's
document
your-
says.
Warrington.
Yeah, whatever
Okay.
the document says, that's the reason you shouldn't be there. Right now.
Okay, so, and this document said it's their feelings.
Have you seen the document yet?
I think you guys have a copy of it.
Have you seen it yet?
I think you guys have a
I'm
copy of it.
asking if you've seen the document.
Yes.
Okay, so what does the document say?
It says their feelings. It says they don't feel safe with me in there. And I said, well, feelings are feelings. That doesn't mean anything.
But they've given you a reason why they don't want you there. Is that correct?
But that's not legal.
But the reason is there. So they've given you a reason.
No,
not
it's
to be
not
there.
legal. I could give you a reason. I don't like you here. I don't like you here. Leave Asquith. I don't
It's a
like you
meeting they
here.
don't want you at.
You have a legal right to be here. So you can be here. Just because
Tim,
somebody doesn't want you
you're
to be in
making it very
public.
difficult for no reason.
Because you're not listening.
I'm listening. But if
But
don't
you
want
are
meeting, they
breaking the
don't want you
law.
there.
You are breaking the law and you don't realize it.
I'm attending for
This is
complaints.
this is constitutional. You're getting into constitutional stuff now, and I have you recorded. And telling me to
Record away.
stop recording, that
I
can
asked you to stop recording.
that can get you to
I
lose
asked
your
you to
job. That is
It
that
cannot.
recording? Is that recording?
There it is. I should have turned it on, but I apologize.
So you didn't turn it on in the beginning. So all the threats you made aren't on your.
Yeah, I didn't threaten you, Tim. You can show that to my. You can show that to.
You
whoever
threatened me
want.
that I have to shut it off.
I asked you to shut it off.
You don't know how much trouble you're in.
I asked you to shut the recording off. So I don't want you to record.
No.
Shut it off.
Ask me to leave a public meeting that I am legally allowed to attend.
I said
You
let's go
can't
outside and
ask.
talk about this. and
You
ask to leave
cannot
this.
ask me to leave a public
Okay,
meeting.
what are we doing today, Tim? What's the plan?
I'm going to sit in there and record the meeting, and be quiet.
They don't want you at the meeting.
It doesn't matter if they want me there or not. I have a lawsuit against the town. It doesn't matter. I can still go in there, man. Like, you can't stop me from attending a public meeting. And if you arrest me for it, you'll lose your job.
We're discussing legal stuff, so he cannot be here. Not just him, not anybody can be here. It's a closed session, and that.
Yeah. Do you understand that? Tim, it's closed.
That's not a criminal code offense either. You can't enforce feelings. You can only enforce criminal code.
Did you hear what I just said to them?
What?
I just said to them that there's no criminal code offense. I just said that to them. Mm-hmm. So I'm not disputing that with you.
Good. Then why did you ask me to leave?
Out of courtesy, Tim. Out of just plain old
So
courtesy.
now you're the courtesy police.
I'm trying to. You're the subject of complaint in this complaint, and they're the complainant. So I like to,
Okay.
the way I work things is like to discuss
Okay.
the parties. Can I talk?
Sure, I'm just
Stop
saying
cutting me
okay.
off. I like to discuss things separately with different people. If they're calling about you, so like you outside to have a conversation with you separately because you're the person they're calling about. I like to talk to them separately because they're the people that called. So that's why I've worked with my 11 years of policing. I try to separate the parties when I go to a scene to maintain the scene. That's why I stay outside. Okay? So make that very clear. That's why I stay outside. To discuss with you, they ask what you want to talk about, and they can come back and talk to them and discuss their aspect.
So
Don't cut me off. I didn't force you outside. I didn't make you go outside. I said, Tim, let's go outside and talk about this, and you did. So you've said several times, "With made you go outside." I didn't make you go outside. I asked you to go outside, and you went outside, and I asked you to do that. So let's establish
didn't.
that. I didn't kick you out of the building.
I have a video.
You can show your video all day long. I asked you to go outside, and you went outside.
I will
didn't
be.
make you go outside. I asked you to go outside, and you went outside. Because that's why I work. Okay, so separate you guys. That's why I try and do every call.
So you came all this way to enforce their feelings
I came all this way because there's
for a
complaint made
non-criminal
by-
code. But there is a criminal code about intimidation.
I came all this way because they made
There
a
is
complaint.
there is there is criminal code of intimidation, and sending me that letter was intimidation.
Can I talk to
And
you?
you can't do that. And I've sent that to you guys. And what I have is being investigated by Constable Delaney, and I've actually put out the sections of the criminal code in fearing intimidation. You can't intimidate somebody to not show up somewhere by using the threat of law when there's no criminal code
You
violation.
asked, okay, now that you asked why I'm here.
And then charge them with intimidation.
You asked why I'm here, did you not?
Yeah. And
I'm here
you
because you made
should,
it. Can I finish talking?
they should be charged with
Can I
intimidation.
talk? Or I'm going to just leave, and I'm not going to talk.
Go ahead and leave.
I came here because he made a complaint, so I have to investigate the complaint. That's why I came. The complaint is made, so I have to come and attend.
But the complaint has to be about a criminal code
It can be
violation.
about anything, Tim. The complaint can be about a cat in a tree.
Oh,
And
really?
And we have to investigate it.
Really?
Yeah, every complaint has to be investigated by the police. That's what it works.
Okay.
What happens at the end of the complaint, you determine that at the end of the complaint, but every complaint has to be investigated by the police.
So my complaint about intimidation,
You
that
just
is,
said Constable Delaney's investigating that, do you not?
yes,
So there you go. Constable Delaney's investigating that, there you go. So
Why
it is
haven't
being
they been
it is
charged
being
lately?
investigated. Is it not?
from what I
There
understand.
you go. So it's being investigated. So further to that, I'll call you and we'll discuss.
Okay, but the charges against them I still want to lay.
Charges for both of them, but, yeah.
Oh, you want to make a bet? You want to make a bet? Oh boy, am I going to have fun with you. Can I get your badge number and say your name, please?
You've already read my name tag earlier, so
Warrington?
yeah.
And what's your badge number?
You've already got my name.
I want your badge number.
You have my name and that's
By law, you have to give me your badge number.
that is incorrect. So they're going to be locked into the building. If you don't leave and they lock the building up, you're in a building unlawfully, and that's an arrestable offense. So you need to leave
Okay.
the building.
Okay, I will. When everybody's leaving, I will.
Oh, Kayla, I'm gonna have to. He says to me, I got a new phone, and now unfortunately,
Can I get your name as well?
Yeah, Inspector Rao.
What's that?
Rao.
Rao.
Rao, yeah.
Okay. I think we've dealt before, actually.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Not that I recall anyways.
Okay.
These chairs to the front, are you going home or?
I have no idea what it is.
Recording their meetings over here. What's going on?
Well, there's been a lot of illegal things going on. For example, she has been phoning the police about me for everything. She said I was stalking her children. Didn't even know she had kids. They phoned the police about me about everything. They're raising trouble with me. So I have launched a lawsuit. And by their own admission, they are rallying against me because I've made this lawsuit. And I'm going to win the lawsuit. So it's just kind of like, you know, and they keep committing violations. They're presently being investigated for fraud as well and some other things. They do a lot of illegal things. Like the mayor had the town pay for the paving of the front of her hotel, which is part of a renovation, which she can't do. Many, many other things. So I come here and I quietly record the meetings, and I have all my meetings recorded. I've never raised anything. So they say, oh, we're scared of him, we're scared of him. There's no law in Canada that says the RCMP can enforce feelings. You can't enforce feelings. Otherwise, I could say, Well, I'm scared of Bill Joe, and he can't go to that meeting because I'm scared there. You can't do that. As I've proved tonight to town council, you guys can't kick me out of a meeting because it's against the law. And even coming here and intimidating me like you tried to do.
Well, you called us here, so that's.
I called you guys to deal with them, and you came in here and started to intimidate me and never once mentioned my complaint. You never talked to me about it, and any time I tried to bring it up, you told me to shut up.
I never said shut up once.
Well, you said quit talking.
Yeah.
You're interrupting. So you don't even know what my complaint is with them. But the thing is, the law is on my side. They are actually being contacted by Constable Delaney. I don't know how many, ask him how many times Constable Delaney's inquired about information. But anyways, they're not providing it. And the thing is, I don't do anything unless I'm backed up by the law, unless I know that what I'm doing is legal. It's just a second, it's actually in the Municipality Act that governs all municipalities, that it is against their rules, against the rules that they have to follow, that you cannot bar anybody from a town meeting, period, end of question. Everybody is allowed, you cannot make any exceptions, and if you do, you are no longer a council member. You have to resign. And they haven't done any of that. So they're all illegally council members. Now, sending me a letter saying that you sent all these emails and we're scared of these emails, I sent all the emails to the RCMP and I said, investigate these RC. See if there's anything in there. I said, see.
I was going to let you know. Do you understand? You seem to have a good recognition of the criminal code.
Oh,
right?
very good.
Okay.
I have
So
a cousin
do you
that's a fantastic lawyer.
Excellent. Do you understand what cause disturbance is?
Oh, I do.
Excellent. So
That's why I sit there.
you gotta be mindful that you're tiptoeing along that line.
You guys should go home and you should phone Ottawa, because I believe Ottawa has spanked you guys and reprimanded you for the way you've been treating me over the years. And then talk to the Crown, because the Crown will not lay any charges by you guys against me ever again because of all the bullshit you put me through.
I've yet to hear any of that.
Well, I have.
Okay.
And tonight's a prime example. I'll be at the next meeting. And you guys are going to have complaints against yourselves tonight. And I'm going to have very good complaints against you for the way you spoke to me and the fact that you're not allowed to enforce feelings in Canada. And that's what you did here tonight. You came in an intimidative mode to try and intimidate me into leaving, when in fact I had every legal right to be here.
I asked you to leave and you left with me voluntarily. So that's what you did. I didn't intimidate you. I had to turn the camera off.
You were intimidating me.
You may feel that way.
And you can't even ask me to leave a public place.
I can as a police officer.
For what? I committed no crime.
Because there's a call to the police to come to this location to investigate what could be a crime, which we did. So in response to the complaint, I can say I want to separate people to make sure people are safe at a scene and parties are separated.
Well, that's what I asked for earlier today. Because these guys are breaking the law, and we're investigating it now, and they're upset because I have.
But I got a question.
Just a
for you.
second,
If you
I
feel
have sued them.
intimidated. Why would you go to people that you feel intimidated?
Did I say I was intimidated?
Well, you just said that.
I said they were planning
violence.
violence.
They're sending you letters and stuff like that, right?
Well, they're planning violence too. They've had people sent to my home to intimidate me. And I recorded that, and your guys' Sergeant Little said, oh no, we're not going to lay charges for that. But that's going to come back and bite him in the ass.
You guys don't need to.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
The idiots.
Okay, we're not going to call names either, right?
Yeah, I call them names all I want. And that's under the Constitution of Canada.
My supervisor talked about cause and disturbance.
Okay.
He mentioned
that's
cause
what you're doing
disturbance.
right now.
That's committing cause disturbance.
Oh, because I said I could call them names?
You're yelling in a public place. This is a
Oh, I'm
public
yelling?
place. Yeah, you
Okay.
are. So you're yelling in a public place that's caused disturbance in the criminal code
Try
of
it.
Canada. You can be arrested. It's a term of conviction offense. I found you committing the offense. I can arrest you. So if you want to read the criminal
So
code,
you're trying
for
to
that, you can.
intimidate me again.
I'm telling you the law.
You're trying to intimidate me.
I'm telling you
You're
the law.
trying to intimidate me.
All right, Tim, are you gonna go home, or are you gonna
Yeah.
leave? All right.
When you guys
Thank you
leave.
I can stand here all night, Tim. All right?
Okay. So can I.
So why are you acting like this? I don't understand. Like
I'm sick of this shit.
I'm trying to talk to
I'm
you naturally.
sick of this
and,
shit.
like,
I get
normal and calm.
I'm sick
and you're
of this
getting mad
shit.
and you're yelling.
I'm sick
and you're
of this
screaming,
shit
calling
from you
people
guys.
names.
This guy comes in hot and heavy, and that's all on video. Shut your camera off. What business? What right do you have to tell me to shut my camera off?
I don't have a right. As a police officer, I can respond to the public and say, can you please turn your recorder off or turn your recorder off?
You didn't
If
say please.
I don't have to say please. If I don't want to be recorded by a member of the public, I have the right as a police officer to say, can you turn the recorder off?
And I have a right to continue to record.
And you did. You're still
I
recording,
know.
so there you go.
I know. You guys thought you were going to come in here and intimidate me and get me to leave.
I've
I've had enough of these
I
assholes.
asked to leave,
The way
and you
they're
let-
treating me in this town is ridiculous.
So why don't you leave this town if you don't like the way they treat you?
Because I'm here. This is my home.
Okay, I'm just asking.
You know?
right?
And I've been here 18 years. In 18 years of going to town meetings, I've never had a problem until Jackie Stobie became mayor. And the first thing Jackie Stobie, the reason I found out
If you
she was
don't- Also, question,
even
if you don't like the way they're running it, why don't you run for mayor?
Who wants to do that? Do you realize that when you run for town council, everybody thinks they have privileges. You don't have privileges, you have obligations, all right? And those obligations,
Sorry, excuse me, I gotta take this.
anyways, those obligations are far more drastic than anybody realizes. And you are financially responsible for what you say and do. And they think, oh, wow, we'll just sell this, we'll just give this guy this, we'll just do this, we'll just do that. You can't. And that's the way it is, you know?
They can't reach us, that was not their fault.
Yeah, I tried when I was here. I tried phoning in and it didn't work on either the portable or the car for some reason.
But the thing is, what this is all leading to is I have a very, very good case against you guys, and there's going to be a lawsuit over this. And this is just building up to it. Like, the appropriate way would have been come in and say, Tim can't attend these meetings. Now then, you sent Tim this letter saying that he sent you all these threatening emails. I sent you guys every one of those emails.
So tonight, if you want
Just
to
a
talk,
second, I sent you every one of those emails, and I said, check these over and see if I've made any threats to anybody in any way, shape, or form.
If you
And the
wish to
answer
make
came back, no. All you do is talk about your issues.
If you wish to make a complaint against myself or my partner here,
Oh, I know how to do it.
you can. Excellent. Then
I know
proceed
how to
with
do
it. Okay. I think we're kind of walking in circles here. We have another call, so we're going to take off. Okay.
Take care. Have a nice night.
You as well. Take care.
This one is simple and dangerous. A man walks into a public town meeting with a camera. He's quiet. He's not disrupting anything. And still, they want him gone. Not because he broke the law, not because he caused a disturbance, but because officials say they feel unsafe. That's where this goes off the rails. Police show up and immediately try to control the situation. Turn the camera off. You need to leave. But here's the problem. None of that is backed by law. Even the officer admits it. There is no criminal offense. There are no conditions preventing him from being there. There is no legal order to remove him, and that's the entire case. You cannot remove someone from a public meeting because of feelings. You cannot enforce a letter that isn't a court order. You cannot shut down recording just because it makes people uncomfortable. That's not law. That's intimidation. Once that truth hits the room, everything changes. The meeting gets shut down. Police stop pushing. No arrest, no charges, because they know this wouldn't survive 5 minutes in court. Bottom line, public meeting means public access. No crime means no removal, and feelings are not enforceable.
Well, you taking a picture of something you don't know.
Yeah? I don't understand. What's the problem?
Just going out to take a picture of it once. What are you using the pictures for?
Well, I can't get into that.
Huh? Who's it for?
I can't tell you right now. Not while I'm working. I'll be in the neighborhood for a little while. Uh-oh. Don't you need my permission? Right? See, it's a shitty logic, man.
I'm not why you doing that. I don't know the reason.
What?
I'm telling you either.
I don't.
Oh, people.
I don't tell people. I never tell people why.
You see?
What?
You didn't see?
I can't tell you. Not while I'm working. Not while I'm working.
What place? What the place go?
Huh?
The spot. You got to stop it right here.
Because I don't want to be filmed. Right?
So the whole neighborhood. I think it's been the whole neighborhood.
I've been doing it over weeks, yeah.
What?
Because I feel like it.
You don't know the information, then you should probably figure that out. Why are you on the property line, sir?
I am not on the property.
You're not on the property.
I am not.
Okay. Sounds good.
I want to document this guy in case something happens for Terry.
Sounds good.
Which auditors do you watch? And what auditor do you watch?
All auditors now. Why are you taking pictures, man?
I can't get into the why. How well I'm working, my man.
Good morning.
Good morning. Everybody gets their picture this morning. That's all I can give. Everybody gets their video taken this morning. And dogs.
Everybody here?
Everywhere. Here too. Yeah, here too.
You're blurred out?
What?
Are we blurred out?
Oh, hell no. What would be the... Where would the fun be in that?
Don't agree to a public picture.
Yeah.
Pardon?
Don't agree to a public picture.
You don't agree to a public picture? I don't need you to agree. I don't have to ask permission. I don't need your consent.
Really?
I don't need nothing. Yep. It's the way the law works, my man. I don't need any of that jazz. I do like your dog, though. You could take a picture of me. Go right on ahead. That's why I got my face covered, because I don't want my picture taken.
You can stand in a public space and record a private.
100%. You got it. You can record anything you can see from public. I can film into your house if you don't shut your blinds, but I don't do that. I'd never go to somebody's house and film through their window. I'd expect to get beat up in a real hurry. But if you don't have tint on your windows, you know, I can film whatever I can see. Look at it this way. You can't trespass somebody's eyes. So if somebody can look at that, they can film it too.
Yeah.
It's called the freedom of the press, the freedom of expression, which includes the freedom of the press.
But there is isn't there privacy? I understand.
The Privacy Act, yeah, it doesn't apply. Not in public.
But what about the people?
Nope.
The individual privacy.
You. Well, okay, so that would open up. It's a good question, really good questions, and not many people have ever approached me like you. I appreciate that. That would bring into account your dash cam, your Ring doorbell at home, your Ring doorbell. You'd need everybody's consent that walk by your house.
But to public, I'm not publishing that game.
You can though. You can. Have you ever seen? If you go on YouTube, what you'll find is you'll find a lot of sites where security guards at shopping malls or gas stations, they'll take their phone because they can't steal the information from their system, but they'll watch a recording of somebody doing something stupid like picking their nose, or what people do. You know, when you're at a gas station, there's that camera right over your shoulder, and it looks down. A lot of people stand there texting, and the gas station attendant has your text messages now. And I've seen videos of that shit posted. What I do is I go around and I teach people that everybody has this right, regardless of it, whether or not you're uncomfortable. It's my face, so this is my face. I'm not. I do the covering to show people that if you don't want to be filmed, either A, avoid the cameras, or B, cover yourself up. I put these on YouTube. They do get published on YouTube. You're gonna look like $1 million on it. Your boss wasn't even too bad. I don't know if that's your boss or not, if you work for Monalco here, but that guy, he was a little okay. There's a couple of guys over there that were real kind of jerks. But I post it all. I post good interactions. I post bad. And I teach people.
It's a learning opportunity for me because I know a bunch of people that are photographers.
Yeah. Oh, I get a lot of photographers that think you have to ask for consent. Now, if I were filming commercially, if I were like making an advertisement for Monalco, or I was making an or a movie. If I were making a movie that I was going to be charging people admission to or selling it, then we have an issue. You would have every right to tell me, nope, don't use me in that. But it goes, the freedom of the press means that anybody holding a camera, which is why you can take pictures of me right back, anybody holding a camera can be press. And that's the beauty of that freedom, man. That's, I film police. I'm trespassed from the entire city of Pickering because I film public meetings. And now I'm in a lawsuit. I'm going to be entering in a lawsuit with the city of Pickering. Now the taxpayers are going to be on the hook for about $100 grand. They're going to have to pay me. The 19 division, the cops for this neighborhood, they know me. If you called the cops, they'd be like, look, man, is he wearing a cowboy hat? Just leave him alone, okay? I can fly a drone over your property too. You only own as high as you can reasonably use, right? So like construction sites, with a crane, I don't approach the crane. I don't get right in its face. I get close enough that I can take a picture of the driver, but then I go above it. I don't interfere with it. So if I interfere with the operation of that crane, then I can get into a little bit of trouble. But airspace, you own the ground. You don't own anything above it. You own the building, and that's it.
The reason why you're filming?
Absolutely. There's always a reason why I'm filming. Is there a reason this lady's filming? Because she's making a public record right inside the window there.
Okay.
She's filming me. So,
Okay.
Is there any reason for that?
Free film.
Well, I'll be going inside to get my a Freedom of Information Act because I want that camera film that she's got. So, right there, guys. Filming me.
We can help you out with?
Name and badge number, you first.
Sereno. 16906.
16906.
And Madden. MADDAN 12712.
12712.
How can we help you? What brings you here today?
I didn't ask for help though.
Sorry?
I didn't ask for help. I'm gonna need a Freedom of Information request form.
Okay, but what brings you here? You're videotaping, so I'm just curious.
I am videotaping.
Is there anything we can help you out with?
No.
Okay.
Not until I go inside.
Okay, so, but you come here for a reason, correct?
Absolutely.
And what's the reason? Maybe we can help you out.
No, I can't get into that. Not right away.
Okay. So not right away? So who would you like to speak to then?
I can't get into it. Not right away. I'm not gonna get into it.
Okay. So you're just gonna videotape? Again, there's nothing illegal about videotaping.
I'm gonna videotape and fly a drone over the place to get some pictures.
So this is public property, so you're allowed here, but you're videotaping. You can see in the back here, there's clear signage saying police only.
I'm not going back there.
Yeah, so we don't want you in the back.
I'm not going back there. I'll fly a drone over top of the back.
Welcome to...
So I brought a drone so I can fly it over the back.
So you have a drone that you're planning to use?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I'll look into that. So do you have any idea with yourself?
Oh, I do.
Okay. And can I take a look at it?
Not a chance.
No?
Nope.
Okay. So
am I committing any crime? You already said no.
No, so. You're not. So you're here right now. I'll leave you be. But like I said, you've mentioned that you're planning to have a drone. Is there any reason why you're focused on our police station right now?
Absolutely.
And can you give me any reason why?
No, I can't get into it.
Okay. Okay, like I said.
But I am going to be trying to get that lady's camera footage because she's taking video of me creating a public record while she's working. Okay. Civilian or not, she's creating public record.
I don't know anything about that, but
I do.
Nonetheless, as long as
I won't go in the back.
These signs, okay?
And you know what? Right there too, it says police only beyond this point.
Yep.
I won't be going there.
Okay.
Now this here's my question. This says police. That's for people coming in, right?
Yeah.
If I want to leave via this way, I can go that way.
This is for the public.
Okay, cool. I'm not coming in though.
Sorry?
The public can't come in through there. Is it just because it's a hazard? There's a sign right there that says from that direction you can't enter.
Yeah, to just be weary that I have seen cars come through here at some time.
Oh yeah.
So don't make the assumption that there's no cars that are going to get hurt. I don't want you getting hit, okay?
I've been around for a long, long time. I know not to get hit.
Things like this do happen. So nonetheless, I'm going to leave you alone.
Yep.
And if there's anything you do need, you have my information.
You know what? Let's go inside. I need the Freedom of Information for this lady's camera footage. They shouldn't be filming people. I think it's very much against your guys' policy to be filming people on public property while working.
Well, you know, members of the public do that as well, right?
Yeah, but she's different.
Okay, so I'm just gonna get you just, you want to stay in there, you can?
Yeah. Just grab me that form, would you? And a complaint form, if you would.
This one is simple, and a lot of people get it wrong. A guy is filming in public, no threats, no crime, just a camera. Employees immediately demand answers. Why are you filming? You need permission. No, you don't. Under the law, if you're in a public space, you can record anything you can see. You don't need consent. You don't need to explain yourself. You cannot trespass someone's eyes. That's the principle. People bring up private property, but can't even define boundaries. Meanwhile, security cameras and dash cams are recording everyone anyway. Then police show up, and it falls apart. They admit there's no crime. No crime equals no enforcement. That's it. Bottom line, filming in public is legal. Feelings don't override rights.